What's your
Oh,
jingle?
Art, Dine, Shop, Design.
Art, Dine, Shop.
Art, Dine, Shop, Design?
Yeah.
Art, Dine, Shop,
You guys
Design.
have a commercial?
No.
Do you need one?
Our budget is very small.
Natalie's really good. Natalie's great at jingles.
This is our advertising right
This
now.
is
me
about,
sitting
we
here.
also volunteer to do this, so please. We're all volunteers.
We're all volunteers.
We got to work on a jingle for sure.
Yeah, Art, Dine, Shop. We're not gonna workshop it here, but come back. You're listening to Everybody Loves Naples, an unfiltered and educational podcast about living in Southwest Florida. We're your hosts. My name is Natalie Perez-Benatoa.
My name is Lance Martinicchio. From the best restaurants and things to do to our local real estate market, we're sitting down with local business owners and community leaders to provide a deeper understanding of what makes Naples, Naples.
Now let's get the show on the road. Welcome back to Everybody Loves Naples. Today we're joined by Elizabeth Kurtz Isbell. We are very excited to have you.
Thank you.
The president of the Naples Design District.
Yes.
Very exciting.
My volunteer position.
Yeah, I mean, you have a lot going on.
Yeah. I definitely love it. I kind of got involved almost 5 years ago now. And when I kind of jumped in on it, it was kind of the end of COVID. So we were kind of revamping a lot of what we were looking to do. And I got involved kind of through my family's business, which is Kurtz Homes Naples. We developed a design center in the Naples Design District called The Collective. So that's kind of how I ended up just getting very invested in everything that's happening there, which is a lot, especially over the past 4 years since I've really been active.
Yeah, and you're from here.
I am born and raised Naples. Yeah.
Born and
Naples
raised in
native.
Naples. Okay.
High five,
Yeah.
girlfriend.
I know. I've seen some of your videos and I'm like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
We do have transplants that come on the show, and
Yeah.
Lance.
You're like, why are you here?
I'm a transplant.
Yeah, well, it's mostly transplants.
Mostly,
But that's
yeah.
awesome. So where did you go to high school?
I went to high school at Gulf Coast.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. And your family has Kurtz Homes, started the collective. Then tell us about Naples Design District and what, if our viewers have no idea what that is, can you maybe at elementary level and then we'll dive in.
So the Naples Design District is kind of similar to how 5th Avenue and 3rd Street work, but we're essentially an association that represents businesses. So we represent about 75 members. They invest in us. We invest in them. We do everything from marketing events to really working with the city on redeveloping the area. So our tagline is Art, Dine, Shop, Design because we kind of have people who represent all those categories.
Yeah.
We have wonderful restaurants like Grappino, Warren American Whiskey Kitchen, which is located at the Collective, and Unidos, the Kitchen and Mini Bar, Claw Bar. We have art galleries. We have some shops like Audrey's, like if you're looking for very high-end consignment clothing. And then some local stores that support local nonprofits like STARability. They have 2 stores there. And then more recently, Gulf Shore Playhouse opened up. So they opened up probably like 7 months ago. And that's kind of really elevated the Naples Design District to kind of have that cultural element. You kind of know it's under a lot of redevelopment because you have Gulf Shore Playhouse looking at it as this great location. You have the AC Hotel Marriott there. And
Is that part of the district as well?
Yeah, so the AC Hotel Marriott's kind of on the corner. So if you don't really know the boundaries of the Naples Design District, because I think that's always the number one question.
Yeah, that was my next question.
It's like, where is it? And it's like, we're
We'll
near.
get that on a map.
You'll get that on a map.
map.
It's kind of changed recently because we've had so much interest in what the Naples Design District is doing. So originally it was 41 to Goodlet, 5th Avenue South, kind of where the AC Hotel and the Naples Depot is, all the way up to 7th Avenue North, which is where Lake Park Diner is.
Yeah.
But recently we grew over 1 block across 41, kind of because there's a lot of design-oriented businesses over there, and they wanting to be a part of what we do. And then we also
So just west of 41, right?
So just west of 41,
Yep.
and then we just also included Bayfront. So you guys know that pavilion-looking Italian, plaza-looking place. They have a lot going on there. And it's very exciting. One of our community members, Mike, who runs PDA Gallery, he's just kind of updating me on all the exciting ideas that are coming through, and how it's going to elevate that design focus.
Yeah.
So we love having visitors come and like shop, dine, and in the Naples
Finish
Design
the phrase. I need it again.
I know it's very hard to
Shop,
say.
dine.
Art, dine, shop, design. We
Art,
love
dine.
people.
Okay. Shop design.
Yeah.
Okay.
We love people to come for the day, but there's going to be just a lot more of kind of creating it as a design destination. You have like the Miami Design District on the other coast. We will never be Miami.
Nope.
No, we don't
But
talk about
You heard
that.
it here first. We'll say that again.
And I don't want us to be. I like I don't know if we'll always keep this a small town because there's so much development happening. But
You
a
gotta
lot
keep
of
some
big
charm,
names. You
yeah.
have to keep some charm. But a lot of big names are looking, in the area. So it's great to see all that development. But there's always that can we handle it conversation going on. Just simply in the Naples Design District, we flood very easily.
Right.
We're by 10 city. So that's always a concern. That's a big topic with the city.
Right.
Resilience.
Well, the amount of businesses that you just plugged for the show, okay? I actually had no idea that Bayfront was a part of the Naples Design District. Is that new?
That is new.
That's brand new.
That is brand new in the sense that our board kind of voted on it.
Okay.
Just because there's so many big names coming in and we just kind of want to be collective about it.
Sure.
We don't want just this other entity next to us.
Right.
You have like the Naples Arts District.
Okay,
You have Bayshore Arts District. But for us, we of course have Art, Dine, Shop, Design. But because there's so many great names coming through, we don't want to not involve them.
Yeah, right.
We created a neighbor membership for those who weren't in our boundaries, and we're like, but why are they not in our boundaries?
Right.
And we have no limitations in that sense. We don't want to encroach on Fifth Avenue.
So how long has the Naples Design District been established?
It was established in 2018.
Okay, so not very
pretty recent.
Yeah.
Not very long. Naples always called it D District, so downtown district. And a few founding members, like Method and Concept, which unfortunately just moved to only in the Naples Arts District. The Garden District, BSSW Architects, they all founded the Naples Design District in 2018 as a 501c6 to represent the businesses because they knew so much was happening. And
because you can only do so much more on Fifth Avenue or 3rd Street. So it was just natural that a different area would,
Yeah, it had the potential.
Yeah.
Unlike 5th and 3rd, they're kind of very established.
Yeah.
I love this idea obviously when we get listing descriptions, it's like everyone says downtown, beaches, and shopping. It's like, let's get more specific now.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's been 7 years now, but even still, it's new.
It's relatively new.
I think it's great. Naples Design District. And obviously not everybody is related to a design business.
Yep.
So how did you go about taking that name and just giving yourself free reign to say, you're welcome to be a part of this? Like, was there a little bit of politics behind that? We can also skirt around that one if you want.
When I kind of came on board, because the city was looking so much at the Naples Design District, and this kind of goes more into like city funding and everything, is we're part of the community redevelopment area that the city puts funds into to help with storm drainage infrastructure, creating a better pedestrian experience. So when they kind of came on board, I asked, I was like, can we grow our boundaries? Where they're like, you're not associated with us. So yes, you can. But it all has to do with funding. So if they do something like micro transit, they can only stay within certain boundaries. So if we kept growing north and north and north, eventually we wouldn't be part of that area, the city of Naples too. Yeah. So that micro transit project that we're really looking to support wouldn't be going all that way because the city's not going to put funds into that. So there's kind of some stipulations. And a couple years ago, we had to run a campaign about what the city was truly going to call us. There were a few names put out there. It was called the Speak Up Naples.
The Speak of Naples?
Speak Up Naples.
Speak Up Naples.
And it was kind of taking a lot of input. They did a charrette, which was like a big kind of town hall, come as you will, learn about what the city's looking to invest in. And one of them was, what should we name this area? And then you have those people very invested in the Naples Design District, like, we have a name. We do. Hotel concierge know us as the Naples Design District. So we kind of had to run that campaign and say, okay, people, when you vote for Naples Design District.
Right.
Okay.
So the community spoke. So we got that extra check mark next to our name.
So it was
Yeah.
rigged. The election was rigged.
It was rigged. Well, we used marketing.
Yeah, right. We did what we did.
We did what we did.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, there's
Yeah.
so many new residential developments going up right around there.
Mm-hmm.
I won't hate on anybody.
No, there's a lot of high-end luxury condos.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's great.
Yeah. It's definitely good for, like the restaurants, that people are going to walk down to the ground floor, walk to the restaurants just right there. We've had some people come to some of our very homegrown events and they're like, oh, I didn't know about this because I live near 5th or 3rd, so I only walk there.
Right.
And it's like, I understand that. That makes sense.
And I feel like it's definitely attracting a younger demographic as well.
It has. There's definitely some more unique businesses like the Kitchen and Mini Bar in the district, which kind of caters to a younger crowd. It's more outdoor, more casual.
You can walk there from Lake Park. Like if you live in
yes.
Lake Park, obviously you've got Lake Park Diner, and then just as you go south, more and more options.
yeah.
I went to Grappino.
Yeah.
Gosh, that had to have been like right when they opened, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I was blown away. They had such a good happy hour, which, by the way, the summertime in Naples is like, I know it's hot, but it's my favorite because I feel like every restaurant that I don't get to try during season because we're running around busy, it's our busy time. We get to not only try all the restaurants that we've heard our customers talk about, but we get a discount, specials,
Yes.
and
Summer sizzle, isn't it?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do summer sizzle too. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you have a favorite lunch spot, Limon.
Oh, yeah. I was like, which one did I answer?
Yeah, I'm like, please, give us all your favorites.
I was
We're also a foodie channel here.
So,
So feel
when
free.
So when I think about the Naples Design District, honestly, all the restaurants are very different. So you have like Warren American Whiskey Kitchen. If you want that like high end,
They have a great atmosphere.
yeah. You want that steak and that good bourbon, Warren American Whiskey Kitchen. Limon on top of AC Hotel, especially if you want to sit outside, you get that like breeze, and it's really good for shareables.
I have not been to Limon yet.
Yeah.
I haven't either.
Yeah. So it's kind of on the upper deck, and the pool's out there too. And then the kitchen is obviously the casual place, but Grappino, that's where I go if I'm like allowing myself to have carbs. Like you want that pasta, you want that bread. They have the bakery now.
And I love the setup.
Yeah.
Setup is just, I mean, it's deceiving from the outside, but it's got a lot of tables in there. They've got an outdoor area, right? With
They do have the
some
outdoor
fans
area.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the bakery kind of extended their square footage in there. And then you have Unidos if you want to try something different. It's a Latin bar.
I've heard
I don't
Unidos
think
is
I've
like
been- no.
jaw-droppingly good.
Yeah. So
One of my
I don't know
best friends is obsessed.
if you remember the Starbucks building that used to be down there.
On 41?
Yeah.
Yeah. On 41, it has kind of like that Art Deco, I want to say,
Yeah.
outdoor.
It's next to Tiki, right?
Yes. Pastrami Dan and Tiki.
Pastrami,
It's
yeah.
a little more south from there.
But same style building, kind of like they almost
Yes,
match.
and
yeah.
they renovated it beautifully inside, but it still has that aesthetic. And then obviously, if you want seafood, I'm not the biggest seafood person, but Claw Bar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
On
their
top of the
ahi
Belisar.
tuna bowl is very good.
So now you have 2 hotels within
Yes.
Design District. Is
The
that right?
third one is like slated to start building where Pastrami Dan's is.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. I know.
Pastrami. Yeah. It's going to be another AC. It's like an addition, right? Of the AC.
No, so
It would be across the street. Well, across the street and down.
It
I read
would-
something on this that he wasn't sure if he was going to sell, and then he decided he's going to sell.
so the AC Hotel is on the corner of Gillette and Fifth.
Right.
And then Pastrami Dan's is a lot more up north.
Yeah, but what I read was that it was going to be an addition to that, like a secondary. Do you know what hotel's going in there?
I think it's Aquarius, and then they're going to have like a restaurant named Aqua. That's like
Maybe
the last
that's where
report.
I got the AQC.
Yeah, the Aqua.
Yeah.
Hooker.
Is that across the street from the AC?
So it's going to be on 41 up
Okay.
north.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
got it,
exactly
more
where
north.
Pastrami
Yeah.
Dan's
Because they're
is,
building
kind of.
something right across, right? Where the old, what was it, the Dragon?
Oh,
Or
St. George and the
St.
Dragon,
George and the
which I
Dragon?
don't remember.
That's not part of the Naples Design District, is it?
No, we have
yeah.
not
All right,
extended
well, then
our
we don't
boundaries
care
that way.
about that.
But it was going to be like a restoration hardware Whole Foods kind
Oh,
of
that's
complex,
right.
and a lot of meetings had to occur to approve it, and I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Restoration Hardware, Waterside.
Yeah,
More
so
parking.
restoration is no longer there.
Yeah. Could you imagine a Whole Foods on the corner there? Anyway.
Yeah,
No,
the Four
it'd be a
Corners, I think, is what
disaster.
they reference it, and it's dangerous.
terrible.
It's confusing, and then
Yeah.
you would put a Whole Foods there.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So tell us a little bit more about your position as president of the Naples Design District. Obviously, you know a lot.
Yeah.
But on a day-to-day, when someone comes to you with a project or an idea,
Yeah.
what's your system and how do you play a role in the final answer?
So I've been very blessed in the past, I would say 6 months, because a lot of community members specifically who have locations in the Naples Design District have kind of come up and been like, I want to be in part of this, because they've seen it in Naples Daily News. Tim's in the Know has talked a lot about it. I always appreciate when he tags Naples Design District.
Tag us, Tim.
Tim's a friend of the show. So.
Yes, I saw him. He's great. So a lot of it involves working with consultants to kind of get things done, because it is a volunteer position, but kind of seeing the need and kind of knowing that it's my volunteer position on top of Kurtz Homes and the collective. My goal right now is building that board. And for me, it's everything from marketing, us printing a new brochure, planning events. We have the holiday stroll, which is like, I get emails the day after the holiday stroll, which is always the first Wednesday every year. When is the next one going to happen? I plan my trips around this.
So what exactly is the holiday stroll?
It's a very homegrown event. We don't shut down the street or anything. And our members kind of host something special in there. So people can kind of come and get to know like everything that there is in the Naples Design District.
A lot of golf carts, right?
There's golf carts.
A lot of champagne. I've been to one of them.
Yeah.
Because I know Norma, who has Indulge Hair Salon.
Yes.
And I think she's still there, right? Yeah, next to Audrey's.
I think she might have moved.
Dang it.
She moved.
Norma.
That was a
I don't know
hard
which camera to look at.
That was not a fun loss. She moved out of the area.
Yeah.
She was great.
I've known her most of my life. I babysat
really?
her kids.
Yeah. Yeah. She was great.
And
Because
she
she
did
did
my
like
hair.
a little block party.
Yes.
When she was doing it.
Right.
So it's very homegrown. It's more the shops and arts and dining members who participate. But you get in a golf cart and you just go around.
Yeah.
We're going to change it up a little bit this year, because it gets more and more popular every year, and we really appreciate it.
Is it December?
It's December. It's the first Wednesday of December.
Okay.
And we always kind of host our events on Wednesdays, because I feel like, I think Fifth has like Thursdays.
Yeah.
So we always try to like respect each other's events.
That's great.
So it's going to be a little different this year, because it's exhausting for each person participating in it. So we're looking, and when the young crowd comes, they come at the end of it. So we're looking to kind of mix it up a little bit this year.
Charge a cover.
Yeah, just kind of help us, with all the planning and all the promotion of it. But it's great. It's just kind of great to get to know people. And our feedback usually from that event is like, I didn't get to see everyone. So our reaction to it this last season was doing block bashes. Ooh. So we've kind of dedicated different blocks in the district. And so that block will host in November, the 2nd and December, and it keeps going on. So people get to know those businesses more intimately.
Yeah.
Versus, having to visit 40 stops in one night, you know. So
No, that's great.
Do you have a favorite street? Like if you just had to tell somebody, if someone didn't have time to explore the entire Naples Design District, like what's the best bang for your buck in an hour or two down there?
Yeah. I mean, if you're building a $40 million house, I would definitely say just come to the collective. But
for the rest of us.
But I would say 12th Street. It is where Love Celine is. Feel at home.
Yeah.
Ferguson's there, but that's more if you're building a home.
Yacht
and
Club
then you
subs.
have Yacht Club subs, the bowl, you have the kitchen and mini bar. That's kind of like a nice area to start. And then you would just end your night right across the street at Gulf Shore Playhouse.
Yeah.
And I still haven't been there, which is horrible. They're right down the street from me. But it's a beautiful new space.
Yeah.
Like
it's
just
gorgeous.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so now summer is more about their, kids programs and those plays and everything, but still looking
It's
to
probably
go.
my favorite area in town.
Yeah.
Between Baker Park.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the walkability. Now that it has a name, I feel like I need to just have wait, say it again. What's your jingle?
Art, Dine, Shop, Design.
Art, Dine, Shop.
Art, Dine, Shop Design?
Yeah.
Art, Dine, Shop
You guys
Design.
have a commercial?
No.
Do you need one?
Our budget is very small.
Natalie's really good. Natalie's great at jingles.
This is our advertising right
This
now.
is
is
about,
me sitting
we
here.
also volunteer to do this, so please. We're all volunteers.
We're all volunteers.
We got to work on a jingle for sure.
Yeah, Art, Dine, Shop. We're not gonna workshop it here, but come back.
So
Stay tuned.
going back a little bit. So you were born and raised in Naples.
Yes.
So you grew up here.
Yeah.
So you've seen this from, nothing to where it is today.
Yeah.
Which is great. You've been part of it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Your family and generations before them, I assume, right?
Yeah. So I'm third generation of Kurtz Homes.
Third generation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah, they go back away.
go back. I think 1982.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And where are they located? Like, where's your...
Kurtz Homes. So Kurtz Homes is located in the collective on the top floor.
Okay.
So we kind of just can look down and see all the accidents. And
So you've
yeah.
been in the business pretty much your whole life, right? The family business.
Yeah, definitely, interned there in high school because my dad just loves spending time with his daughters. But I've been in working for about 7 years now at Kurtz Homes, and I kind of came on as the collective was getting developed.
For the design side of it, right?
Yeah.
For people that, obviously want to pick their specific selections.
So
and
we
things
don't
like
do
that.
any of that. We build the home.
Uh-huh.
So on my end, I kind of do the back end of everything, kind of the business relations.
Okay.
So if someone needs to be on the board of something like the Naples Design District, connect with interior designers, architects, help run the office. That's kind of my position at Kurtz Homes. But when it's a family business, you kind of do it all.
Yeah.
You're just
you
like,
don't have,
here's
have
the
a-
torch, figure it out.
So it's kind of rare for me to be on a job site, which right now we're building a home for, we like to call it legacy client. And it's very close to that $225 million property that just was sold.
I haven't heard about it.
Oh, no.
No, I'm kidding.
A legacy client. Does that mean they're like a senior citizen?
No, it means this is our
'Cause I like
second
it.
home
Yes,
build.
like a
that we're
VIP
building.
Yes,
and we
legacy.
just have
I
that.
love that.
And he knows every generation of our family.
Nice.
So we're doing that. And so if I'm ever on the job site, it's kind of like the queen is here.
Queen is
hello.
here. I love that.
Oh, here's your golf cart, so you're not stumbling
Yeah.
around in the dirt. No. But it's a great company, and it's been a huge blessing just being part of that and having the flexibility to do stuff like the Naples Design District.
Yeah.
And
it just keeps you involved
it
in
keeps
every
you involved.
aspect.
Yes. Yeah.
And it just benefits the clients. It benefits your family. It just benefits
Yeah.
everything to know.
Yeah. And anybody who knows my dad, Randy Kurtz, who's now retired, they kind of oh, you're Randy Kurtz's daughter. It's yes, it kind of makes sense for
Yeah.
And
anybody in the
you were
industry.
featured in Gulf Shore Life, I believe, under 40 recently?
Yes, 40 under 40. That was a couple years ago.
You're not over 40, though. So
I'm not
still
over
under 40.
it's still time to get
I
it
think
again.
I got it when I was 31, and I was like, oh, wow. And then I was like, oh, I didn't get 30 under 30.
I missed that one.
This is a slap in the
That's a
face
small
little
list
bit.
in Naples now.
Yeah.
30 under 30.
Yeah.
It's getting there.
I don't even think they bother.
Yeah.
Do they?
Well,
Whatever. I missed
yeah.
it too, honey.
Yeah.
So.
I know. So, but yeah, so I've been involved. Gulf Shore Life is they do Gulf Shore business also. They do a lot of great editorials. I'll be in one photo shoot next week with them. They're kind of
nice.
highlighting different people in Naples. So it's always great being highlighted, but I can't take credit for everything. The Naples Design District is amazing because of who's in it.
Right.
Kurtz Homes is great because of the legacy my dad and my papa built, and my brother-in-law David Gordon, who's the president now, what he's upholding. So it's just kind of it's been given to me, and it's up to me to keep it going.
Yeah.
So and bring light to it. So
other than Kurtz Homes on the top floor, what else is in the collective? It sounds so luxury.
Collective?
Yeah, I know. It's just all these names are so much more, I guess, progressive than what Naples was. So it's fascinating to me, what kind of leasing space or who leases space there, who owns there.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So the top of the floor is really just offices. So we have Stoff Cooney Architects, which is a main commercial and residential architect, also a partner in the building. You have Premier Systems, which is home automation. A lot of our clients have movie theaters, or they have certain security needs, or Lutron shades. And then you have Ali Criste Custom Cabinetry. So that's kind of the offices on top. Second floor is a high-end Italian company, Casa Italia, beautiful furniture.
Okay.
So if you ever just want to go in there and just experience furniture as art, it's beautiful.
Okay.
Unique wood floor, obviously flooring, 2 interior designers, Montana Design and Frank Ponterio. And then we have the studio, which is kind of a showroom with many showrooms in it. So a lot of our subcontractors are in there.
Yeah.
And then obviously on the ground floor, Method and Concept just moved out. They're one of the founding members of the district and also the collective. But the luxury bed collection. So I don't know if you've heard about some of the mattresses there.
No.
Yeah. Very high end. The Queen of England used to sleep on one of the mattresses. It's called Hastings. So it's the very high end, mattresses.
Like,
they'll show you like the secret to sleep.
Queen.
Yeah, it's amazing. And Sun Mountain Custom Doors, Perennial Sutherland Studio, and GWT Outdoors. So everything associated with designing a home. And then of course Warren American Whiskey Kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely want to do an episode in the mattress store. What's it called?
The luxury bed
Definitely
collection.
not the luxury bed
They
collection.
would be happy to.
Like, how many tens of thousands of dollars are we talking? Do you know?
I know.
I've always wanted to
mattresses-
sit on a bed that was like,
Yes. So they kind of
50,000?
they carry two brands. The Hastings one, which is horsehair, and I mean they could talk to you about it forever, but it's like a blue and white pattern. If you ever saw, what is it, Emily in Paris?
Yeah.
And she's like representing a mattress company. That's it.
oh my god.
So they represent that company here in Naples.
How about that?
But just $20,000 mattress is kind of where it starts. I think.
Yeah. Nice.
So definitely luxurious
Right.
in that sense, but.
But I love that about that area, the Naples Design District. It's like there's obviously really luxury, high-end stuff,
Yeah.
and then you have just the everyday person, give or take. I mean, at least for the Naples population or
Yes,
greater
'cause
Naples
there's
area.
consignment stores.
Yeah.
Audrey's is great. I've gotten so many
Audrey's-
dresses from there.
Yeah,
I love
Audrey's
it.
is amazing. And just, little stores that support the local nonprofits,
Yeah.
So definitely something for everybody,
Yeah.
I would say.
So what drove you to take on this role of president? Volunteer.
He knows this. Chad Jensen, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
He's the one with Method and Concept. He just kind of brought me in, just kind of educated me, and then eventually the president. At that time, David was like, yeah, it's time for me to pass it on. And I just saw so much potential. It's really done so much for educating me about Naples.
Yeah.
It's great to be on talk shows and like get to talk more and more about what's happening there. But it's just been amazing to even like work with the city of Naples and know how that works.
Yeah.
They're looking to invest money through the master plan and just learning like different things like resiliency. Like never something I would have thought about just being a home builder is, yes, we build a home, it lasts for generations, but the resiliency of like the landscaping in the area. When it floods, do you have plants that can survive the brackish water? Things like that. All of these educational elements that I would never have thought about.
Yeah.
And so when I kind of got pulled in, I saw so much potential. And I had a really great group around me, and now I'm just building that group around me. And I'm really excited to see what everybody can bring in, whether it's the resiliency education aspect to it, bringing those bigger names into the area so we are that design destination. But it's been a huge learning experience for me. And that's why I kind of kept staying, because I just kind of kept wanting to learn more.
Yeah, more and more and more.
Yeah. So I love it, and I'm looking to step down sooner than later. As long as we've got a great board underneath, I'll always be kind of speaking about it. Because I like to stay updated on all the development. But
Well, I think it's in good hands, and it seems to be just growing.
I know.
It's
At the
just,
speed of light, really.
yeah,
You went away to college, though, so you
did.
weren't here your whole time.
I wasn't here the whole time. No.
So where did you go to school?
At UCF in Orlando.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So did you like Orlando, or you're like, get me the hell out of here?
I did actually like it. I found kind of like my niche there. I got to live away from campus at one point, so that was always nice. And I worked in the nonprofit sector there.
So you've had you've been doing this kind of work more or less in
So the nonprofit sector, it makes you do a whole spectrum of things,
right,
and you have to just become a Renaissance woman for
That's
no
amazing.
money.
Yeah.
And you have to find those resources. So kind of bringing that experience into a profitable company like Kurtz Homes, but also using it for the Naples Design District was definitely helpful.
Just like learning people and
Learning people.
Yeah.
I always thought I was an introvert. And
You
then
thought you were an
I
introvert.
thought I was an introvert.
I get that. Me too. I still think I have that in me.
Yeah. I would say maybe extroverted introvert.
Yeah, right. All these other little terms.
Yeah, I like to.
So before you step down eventually, right? I know that's not is that an upcoming thing?
Sooner than later.
Sooner than later was the phrase. Is there anyone you're excited to work with that's coming in, or maybe who's now in the process of being a part of Naples Design District?
Yeah. So kind of our current board, we have Drew Townsend, who's the Naples studio. So he does a lot of the videos for us and everything like that. He's been part of it forever. He knows how to get things done when I'm in more my creative zone.
Yeah.
We have Rachel. She was part of STARability, but she now just works remotely from North Carolina. So she's been really great. And Jacob, who is the general manager at AC Hotel. So he has like a lot of resources at hand. But the newer ones is Laura Patterson. She's a landscape architect with DWI Landscape Architects. And we just have like coffee meetings and talk about like resiliency. And it's like, I just listen to her talk and I'm like, wow. Like a lot of people would be like, this is boring, but I'm like, this is fascinating.
Yeah.
Like learning like the little simple things that we can do to like educate everybody about like, this is what, you know, when the city of Naples is approving something, like, are we taking certain things into account? And wanting to maybe add an educational element to what the Naples Design District does, you know, whether it's going and speaking in front of the city of Naples to ask for something, but just kind of fine-tuning that part of what we do. And then Mike, who I mentioned earlier with PDA Gallery, he just has a lot of Miami connections. He has a lot of ideas.
Which were not Miami, but...
Which were not Miami, but like...
They know what they're doing at the same time, especially with the design.
Really do.
Yeah.
And he just sits there and he's like, I have so many ideas of how we can just elevate the Naples Design District. Because it is, you know, if you've really walked the streets, like it needs improvement. And he used to kind of be a finance guy, so he can go to the city and talk about return on investment. Like he has that ability where I just sit there and I'm like, I've been talking about this for 4 years. Can it just get done?
Right.
You know, it's that fresh new blood.
Yeah.
You know, that's coming in and is excited. And we have some other board members who they're good at what they do and they're just going to focus on that. So
speaking of improvements, okay, big deal, I feel like, for the Naples Design District, the parking garage. Okay. When is that? Well, last time I was in Naples Square, I was like, okay, I think this is going to be bulldozed soon.
Yeah.
Is it? Do we have a timeline?
We don't have a timeline. I'm waiting for the invitation to the ribbon cutting because I'm going to be like one of those people with like a scissor going.
Absolutely, like let's go. I mean, that's a huge deal.
It's a huge deal. Like people don't realize
we need parking.
The need for parking.
Oh my god.
Because right behind the collective is a parking garage and it is technically public parking. So when a hurricane comes, it just fills up.
Yeah.
But there is a huge need for parking. You know, like I'm someone who, if there's not good parking, I won't go there.
No, absolutely.
I'm done.
Especially in the downtown design district area.
And that's where different like ideas like microtransit of like picking people up from the parking garage and moving them around so they're not trying to find 3 spots in one night.
Okay.
That's where it kind of comes into play. So yes, I'm very excited about that. I'm hoping the ribbon cutting sooner than later. And then once that opens up, I'm sure the wind building will start going under construction.
So where's that garage actually going?
It's going like just east of the Naples Square.
Yeah. So
on 41.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right
where the storage units were.
Okay.
Yeah. So the
old
garage,
famous storage units. I feel like those were there.
That's our backyard at the collective.
It's been there forever.
Yeah. Those are going to be condos.
Okay.
So those are going to be condos.
But it's right next to that, right?
So if you're on 10th Street, you have the collective. You will have the future condos where the storage units are. Then you have the parking garage that should be opening any month now.
Yeah.
Like it's done. And then in front of there will be the Wynn multi-use building. And then it's Gulf Shore Playhouse.
Right.
And then behind all that is the Naples Square. I think phase 5 is probably going under construction.
Yeah.
too,
It is.
that.
Yeah. It's already in motion. But I was showing a unit in Naples Square and it was beautiful on the inside. I'm sure at one point they had a beautiful view of nothing there. And we're like, yeah, maybe not. I mean, it's part of the deal. At the same time, living in Naples Square, you're amongst all that.
You are. It is a commercial district.
Yes, right.
So I've talked to residences before, and they're like, "How do we navigate this?" And I'm like, "Well, it's commercial. You know, the hotel is gonna want live music. You know, it is what it is. Some people love it. Some people are a little worried about their investment. I understand that.
Well,
so
they have plenty of options. Reach out to us if you need help.
yes.
So what should we know? What should we tell our audience about the future of Naples Design District?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing is always look out for our events. We're always going to be changing our events according to who our audience is, what businesses move in. You know, as we just grew essentially 2 blocks because we have Bayfront now part of us. Just stay up to date on all of the events, because if you've never been there, these are the best ways to get to know the members there.
And how do they, is there newsletters?
So there's NaplesDesignDistrict.com.
Okay.
We're about to like fully launch the brand new one, but still it's usable. We are having an events calendar on there. So it'll be a lot more useful to see the happy hours of restaurants. All of our members will be able to post it themselves. So it'll be
great.
kind of
That's
like
really
a
cool.
one-stop shop to come and visit.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So because we're a volunteer board, it's taking a little longer, but it's going to be that one place you can see it. Obviously, we'll have the holiday stroll, but it is exciting. I mean, go to Gulf Shore Playhouse, experience that, new and approved location for them. It's beautiful. And obviously, there's a lot of development going on, hotels, more residences, but hopefully we get more restaurants coming in with those new buildings. So that will be exciting.
Yeah, it'd be great.
But obviously summer is always kind of slow, but still we always ask people to come support our restaurants and our shopping.
I don't feel it's that slow.
I know, and I feel like it's
steady.
it's like it's going to be the best to have a little more, like you don't need a reservation to go to something.
Yeah, that's
and that's, again, I feel like I'm going to be down there much more during summer.
We say it's not slow. I went down there. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, seriously.
I always gauge it on like Sugar Shack, and like people are still there.
And now that that's like, we're going to experience our first summer with Sugar Shack, and I have a feeling it's not going to miss a beat at all.
No,
because you can come as you are, and if you're hot, you're just like, whatever, this is Florida.
It is.
Like, get over it. It's Florida and reggae music.
I'm also told that they will be getting misters.
I was just
so
A
that's
little, "Hey,
that's
mister."
coming. There's going to be a bigger bar. Lots of new stuff happening at Sugar Shack.
Ooh, very
Maybe
exciting.
we'll have to do a follow-up episode with Sugar Shack.
Definitely. This summer, for
the
sure.
summer edition.
We'll do it like
They've
right
learned.
under the misters on the stage.
Well, Elizabeth, thank you very much.
course, thank
I mean,
you.
honestly, it was very educational. I actually learned a lot.
I did too.
Yeah. And
So NaplesDesignDistrict.com.
Yep.
I know I can find you, or where you're associated at, 3 different Instagram handles. Can you share those with our audience?
So one is at Naples Design District. The second is at The Collective Naples. And the third is at Kurtz Homes Naples.
Great.
So those are kind of my
Your
three
trifecta.
entities, my trifecta.
I love it. Well, thanks again.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank
I
you
really
for everything you
appreciate
do.
And we'll see you at Arts Dine Shop Design.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our Dine Shop Design. Yep.
Art Dine Shop. I'll get it eventually.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on Everybody Loves Naples.
Thank you.